Hey, Kevin, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
What If is the name of the movie. Kevin Sorbo is the lead in it. It's directed by Dallas Jenkins a long time ago, about 15 years ago. We're celebrating the anniversary of it. Initially released in 2010, being re-released this year,
Yeah.
August the 5th and the 7th. Let me read a plot summary real quick, Kevin, before we get going here. It tells the story of a businessman who abandons his faith for a successful career. He later gets a glimpse into an alternate life where he makes better life choices, prompting him to reevaluate his priorities. Kevin, I really enjoyed this film, and I know you did as well. What led you to want to be in this film? Of course, you portray the lead character, businessman Ben Walker.
Yep. Dallas Jenkins, we had met a couple of years prior to even filming this thing, and his family was very close age to mine. We have three kids. He's got three kids. My wife and his wife got along great. He sent me the script to read it. Just wanted my 2 cents on it. I read it and I said, "Who's playing Pastor Ben?" He says, "Well, maybe this guy, that guy." I said, "No, I'm playing it." He goes, "Dude, I can't afford you." And I said, "Well, what's the budget?" And he tells me the budget. It was very low budget. And I said, "Well, look, just pay me what you were going to pay whatever actor. You just pay me SAG minimum, whatever." I said, "I got to play this role." And I'm glad I stuck to my guns with it. And Dallas said, "Let's do it." And I've shot over 90 movies in my life, and this is in my top three. Here it is, 15 years old. I talk about it all the time. I do a lot of speaking events. I do a lot of pro-life speaking, Christian education, motivational health, whatever it may be. And every one of these, I talk about it. And PureFlix was telling me, we're getting a lot more streaming activity. And I think it had something to do with me talking about it all the time. And then Dallas calls me and says, "Look, we're going to reissue this thing." Because Dallas now has blown up through the roof with The Chosen, of course. And they go through Fathom, where this movie is going to be screened, Fathom, on August 5th and 7th. And I think with his audience, and hopefully with my people that follow me because of my faith-based movies, let alone Hercules and Andromeda, because more people now stop me because of the faith-based movies I do. We're hoping this thing blows up like God's Not Dead. It's the same writers that did God's Not Dead. In my book, What If is a better movie.
Now, you said you were attracted to it, and you were really wanting uh, um, Dallas to let you play the lead role. But what was it about the movie that attracted you to it? What did you like so much about it? Was it just the story, the lessons in it?
All the characters. It was so well written. Chuck and Carrie were the writers of this thing. They did such a great job. I love the story of hope, redemption. It had a lot of humor in it, which I love. I love humor in everything I do. It was just a wonderful, all the characters, which is great. And it was just one of those things that just gelled together. We shot it in three different cities in northern Michigan, and it felt really good doing this movie. We don't know what's going to happen with it. When you shoot a movie like these independent movies, if you get in that 3 million range and lower, even a little bit above 3 million, you don't have $100 million budget to promote it like they do for these $300 million woke movies Disney keeps throwing at us. So we need word of mouth. I mean, God's Not Dead was an anomaly. For a $2 million movie to make 140 million bucks, that was all word of mouth. And that's why we need people to give word of mouth on this. Because if we have fill these theaters up, we'll get more than 2 days. Trust me, they'll keep the movie going.
This was one of Dallas Jenkins' first films. This came before The Two Thieves, came before Resurrection of Gavin Stone. Gavin Stone's the one that he always talks about as bombing and leading to The Chosen. What do you remember about him as a filmmaker, and maybe what did you see in him then that makes him a good filmmaker today?
Well, I learned a lot. I started directing back in my Hercules years before that, back in the 90s. And I learned a lot to trust the people around me as well. I mean, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a camera operator. I can have my ideas, but you hire these people because they're better than you at it. And to me, it's the director's job to really try to put together a team together. Well, Dallas put a great team together, and he was very driven. He is organized, and I love that because I'm very organized to the point of being anal about it, probably. And so he just came on the set, and it was like boom, boom, boom. I made up ideas. We made butt heads a couple of times on saying, "I don't think I would do that," or he would say, "Well, you would do that." And if he couldn't give me a good enough reason, I'd win that fight. But he probably won more of the fights anyway. But because I respect the directors, I really do. But I mean, I have my 2 cents. I've been in the business a long time. So to me, it was just collaborative, the guy was ready to shoot the way he wanted to shoot it, and I love that. And they did great lighting on this thing. I mean, this movie, the only thing that has aged in here are the actors. Other than that, I think the movie plays well today. I remember Dallas saying to me, gosh, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, he goes, my family, we just rewatched God's Not Dead, and it really holds up. Well, it's not a movie that's really dated. I mean, technology has certainly gotten better in terms of visual effects, but as far as color and color correction, it looks just as good as anything that's coming out today. So I hope people will check this out. I hope they invite anybody and everybody. You don't got to be a person of faith to see this movie. It does have a great message in it, but it's just a wonderful, touching family movie.
I thought it looked like it was shot last year or the year before
Yeah.
in the copy that I watched. It also stars, as you mentioned earlier, Cheers fame actor John Ratzenberger. He kind of stars as the angel.
Yeah.
What was it like to work with him?
Well, I'd met John before. I had two lines on Cheers episode back in like 1991 or something during one of their last couple of years on the air. And it was just so I got to meet all those guys on the set. I remember looking at the producers saying, "So when the show ends, is there going to be a spinoff?" And they pointed over at Kelsey Grammer for Frasier. And I said, "Really?" They said, "He can make a phone book funny." Well, they were right. That show went another 9 or 10 years as well, I think. But I just, John he was so good in this role. He was so funny that we went out and talked to him. And I directed him in a movie recently that came out in theaters a year and a half ago. I did the next chapter of Left Behind. This one's called Left Behind: Rise of the Antichrist. And I got John to be in that movie with me. And I'm sorry, we did Miracle in East Texas. It was Miracle in East Texas. I directed Miracle in East Texas as well as Left Behind. My time with Left Behind is Jerry Jenkins is one of the co-authors, and Jerry is
Yeah,
Dallas' father.
that's
So
right.
that's my round circle membership with that family.
I enjoyed Rise of the Antichrist, by the way. That was one of the better faith films I saw that
Thank
year.
you.
As we close here, Kevin, what are the lessons for the moviegoers in this film? Because this has been compared to It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, I hope people compare it to it. I hope people tell everybody else to go see it because if we fill up these theaters, more and more people will go, and more people will get a chance to see it because they'll keep it in theaters. I hope they come out feeling the hope that we need. I think we live in such crazy times. I think this movie has hope. It's got laughter. It's got redemption. It's got love. It's got all the things that I think are missing not only in America but in the world right now. I think we're at a wonderful tipping point. I think people are getting to the point now they're sick of it. They're sick of governments using fear to control our lives. They're sick of how people are so horribly nasty on the internet. I mean, it's like I feel bad for these people who have nothing better to do than just have filled with hate. I mean, people wake up just ready to hate all day. What a horrible way to go through your life. So I'm hoping people will see this movie and realize there's a better way to have your life lived instead of the way that people are living their life now.
Yeah, this is definitely a hope-filled movie. It's What If, and it comes out August the 5th and the 7th. Hey, Kevin, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Fathom. Go to Fathom Films. They can find out when it's showing.